What's up, everybody? I started 1 minute early as a way of rebellion against society. How's everybody doing? There's already a bunch of people here. Hey, Abigail, Sarah, Noemi, Mott, Enzo, Sir Pogsalot, Oisin, The Hoar, Game Cavalier. Abigail says, I have no idea what this game is. I don't know what this game is either. I don't even know what it looks like. A bunch of people just told me the soundtrack is cool, so we're gonna listen to it. Eva is here. Hey Eva, society is in shambles. Yes, that's my little way of rebellion against society. Froggy's here. Hey Froggy. So guys, look at this. Well, first of all, look at this. Wait. Wait, my shortcut, my Davi shortcut is not working. Interesting. But anyway, look at this. Yeah, so I already have the Ultrakill soundtrack set up here. As far as I understand, this game is actually still in early access, according to what I could gather. And so far there are 2 acts released, the first act and the second act, and there are soundtracks for these 2 acts. The first act is this one, Infinite Hyperdeath, and then the other act is this one, Imperfect Hatred. Each one is about 1 hour long, so we're gonna be here for, I guess, 2 hours. Enzo says, the first part of Act 3 released too, Davi. Cool. But is there, I guess the soundtrack for the third act is not out yet, right? Because the whole act is not out. Let me see. Ultrakill. Act 3. The soundtrack for Act 3 is out. Ultrakill Act 3 unofficial OST. Interesting. Yeah, what I'm seeing is unofficial, like, compilations for the Act 3. Doesn't seem like Act 3 soundtrack is out. But anyway, let's start. Yeah, Daskar says, since only a third of the act is out, nothing has been organized yet. I assume there's not an official album for Act 3 yet. But anyway, shall we start? Let's start. Let's start. Hey Bob. Bob is here. Hey Bob. Bob says, make sure to choose the songs by Hakita. The 2 videos that I have here are by Hakita. Act 1 and Act 2. Let's go! And this is... The fire is gone. Wait. Yeah, it's a bit quiet, but I think the song is quiet. Hold up. Let me see. Yeah, see, the rest of the soundtrack is much louder. So this song is just quiet. This is not what I expected from a game called Ultrakill. Triple meter, that's interesting. Sounds very dancey. I feel like this might be a song that is intentionally off from the rest of the soundtrack. The rest of the soundtrack probably doesn't sound like this. It's the menu music. Abigail says, I gotta go, and we just started. Hopefully I will be back. Bye bye, Abigail. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you manage to come back, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool as well. Main menu music. Piano, saxophone, and trumpet. I think it's fading out. Next one I think is gonna be louder. Elevator music. Buzz says, who doesn't listen to elevator music? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like music you're supposed to wait through. Let's see. Tabia is here. Hey, Tabia. Oh, so now it's Into the Fire. And I don't know anything about this game. I don't even know what it looks like. Enzo says, get ready, Davi. Do. Enzo says, be patient. Okay. Do. That's interesting. The guitars are very prominent, and the drums are not what you would expect. And this is Into the Fire, right? Yeah, see, the drums are all kind of lo-fi. not what you would expect from heavy metal or rock. Daskar says, I hope you like amen breaks because there's a lot of them. Oh. And very few instruments, by the way. It's just drums, bass, and guitar. Very basic ensemble, but it sounds very different from what traditional drum, bass, and guitar sounds. Maya is here. Hey, Maya. Frog says it's mostly drum and bass breakcore. Can you guys hear this? No? You guys can't hear? When I play my piano, you guys can't hear? Oh, you guys can't. That sucks. Let me see. System. Preferences. Windows audio. I think this will fix it. Or maybe it will break it even more. What about now? There it is. So this is unstoppable force. The drums are so crazy. It's very dissonant as well. I mean, I guess it's expected from a game called Ultrakill. There has to be some negative emotion there. It sounds very dissonant. Yeah, Sir Poxalot says it sounds like Photoshop flowy in some ways. There's a lot of little edits, like rhythmic edits like this. Like this, like the song like kind of goes trrr, like it's an old CD player like getting stuck. These micro edits do remind me a lot of Photoshop flowy. Yeah, like this. Eva says, will you ever do a video on Fury game OST? I've heard a lot of good things about Fury. It depends. It depends on whether people ask for it. Daskar says both are breakcore songs, so that makes sense. Cool. And the key is the same as the first song. So maybe these are levels that are right next to each other. And he's trying to keep the mood the same and keep the transition smooth between the tracks. Because the key is the same. It's just E. Drawing with Eva says, people ask for Fury. I saw some people asking for Fury. In the community post that I did, the latest one. Game Cavalier says, this OST is in level order. I wonder how long he's gonna keep on the E key. And now this is just ambient noise, right? Oh, super disturbing. So this is Cerberus. Boss fight time. That's such a weird interval. Interesting. It's so far apart, the interval, the notes, that it makes it feel more disturbing than it actually is. But actually, if you look at it closely, it's not that disturbing at all. Oh, I think I know why it sounds disturbing. There's another note in there. He's doing a chord, a disturbing chord. Minor 6. It's not the... Yeah, the interval is a minor 6. But... Well, I don't know. I don't want to keep stopping the track all the time, but there's another note that he's putting there that it's making this not so disturbing interval sound very disturbing. And he's still on E. Yeah, a bunch of semitone tomfoolery. That's a perfectly technical, scientific. That's the proper scientific term for what's happening here. Semitone tomfoolery, yes. So this is 1,000 greetings. Bob says, time for a nice and relaxing song. Oh, that's great. Time to relax. Signa is here. Hey, Signa. Oh, he changed key. And this is a happy key. That's interesting. Happy chord, happy key. Sounds pretty positive. Froggy says, Ultrakill is one of those games that everyone gawks at and nobody plays. Yeah, it's weird. I've never seen this game. Dude. He's just holding one single happy chord. What is this? Like, gameplay wise, this has to be a moment of like an interlude of sorts, like a pause in the action, some kind of safe haven maybe. This feels conclusive, it feels positive. Oh, it's basically wandering through the level, doing small puzzles. Signa says, how's your Friday, Davi? Pretty good. I don't have a lot of work to do today. That's why I'm doing the stream. I don't have a lot of work to do, so I had some time to kill, so we're... I guess you could say I had some time to Ultrakill. Am I right? Get it? Ten out of 10. Thank you. So in this, you're wandering around doing puzzles. Honestly, if I had to guess, I would have guessed even less, like in terms of gameplay. I would have guessed like maybe a hub area, or some kind of safe haven where you do basically nothing. You just... It's just a pause, you know, it's just a transitional area, if I had to guess. Because there's nothing going on in the music. Nothing. He's just holding this. Oh, he's actually holding two chords. Oh, was this... Someone talked about Amen sequences. This is an Amen sequence. Sounds very... Man, that's so weird for a game that I assume is super violent. an amen sequence. It sounds so spiritual and religious. Yeah, the amen cadence. It took me a while to notice because the bass is the same. So they are actually doing the exact amen sequence, even in the position of the bass. Because in the amen sequence, you start with the happy chord, right? You transition to this other happy chord, which is the 4th degree, but the bass stays on the fundamental note. Interesting. I wonder if that's intentional or if they just like the chords and they don't know anything about the amen sequence. So the next one is Shattered Illusion. Oh, Bob says this game uses a lot of religious motives. Okay, that explains it. And classical composition techniques. Interesting. This game is heavily inspired by Dante's Inferno. That makes sense. That makes sense. Fript says this game is based on the Divine Comedy. Dude. And now this track is on the same key as the previous one. So it seems like he does try to keep adjacent tracks on the same key for a smooth transition. That's cool. Cool. And this one doesn't have guitars. That's a very tense chord. Dragon Claw, thank you very much, man, for the super chat. He says, when are you doing a listen to random songs stream? I don't know, I've never done one of those. Like random songs? Unless you are referring to like the ones where I take suggestions from people. The reason why I haven't done one in a long time is because the next one in line is a capitalist edition, right? And I'm not happy with the way we're doing capitalist edition, so I've been trying to find a way to make them better. And I think I thought of something. I think I found a way to make them better. So the next music stream with suggestions will be soon, because I think I found a way to make them better. But thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat. And Elizor is here. Hey, Elizor. How are you doing, man? Yeah, song suggested by chat. I think that's what Dragonclaw was... Yeah, Dragonclaw said that's what I'm referring to. Okay, so now... a complete and utter destruction of the senses. That sounds pleasant. Here comes the noise music. Yeah, that is very noisy, very... There's a lot of high-pitched sounds. It sounds unpleasant. but that's probably the point. And Sir Pogzala, thanks man for the super chat. He says, it's so interesting how the track is just sort of hovering on the 5 chord of the minor key, but then also using a major sounding melody. Cool. Thanks man for the super chat. Yeah, Sigma says, this isn't nice. Yeah, it sounds unpleasant. The way he's using the synths here reminds me a little bit of the more unpleasant tracks in Celeste as well. It's about to end. So the next one is Sanctuary in the Garden of the Mind. Is that a pleasant one as well? The title sounds pleasant. Ooh. Happy chord. And again, the C major key. This sounds kind of like an organ. Religious. Okay. It's building up. This time he's not doing the Amen sequence. He's just holding. Very still. Interesting. Sleeper says this level was true hell. So while this is playing, is this another one of the puzzle things where you're roaming around the level solving puzzles and stuff? Yeah, Agent DD says this is a puzzle level. Buzz says feels like a disturbingly long yawn. Yes, that's what I was about to say. It's a happy chord and it's very calm and quiet, so it feels gentle and, you know, positive and calm, but he keeps holding the same chord for so long that it becomes unsettling. It becomes tense in the sense that you keep waiting for it to go somewhere. Like this is playing and you keep wondering, wait, where's this going? And you keep listening to it more and more closely. That's an interesting effect. It becomes unsettling in a way. So next one is Castlevania. Castlevania? Wait, Castlevania? Of course, this is a Castlevania reference. The harpsichord. B-Mob says best level in Act 1. Interesting. he's using some chromatic movement here. And he changed key, by the way. It's not the same key as the previous track. Yeah, Buzz says, when you're playing Ultrakill and accidentally find the Mantis Lords. Yeah, because of the harpsichord, right? Mantis Lords is more traditionally Baroque, though. Yeah, this is more like Castlevania music. It's like rock / video game music with a harpsichord. Signa says, is this Baroque? No. I mean, it clearly has Baroque influences with the harpsichord, but I wouldn't say this is Baroque. Some of the phrasing as well is Baroque. Raid of Storm says, I feel like there's a lot of Bloody Tears DNA in this song. Yes. Yeah, this. Yeah, this kind of stuff is very, very, very historically, obviously Baroque. And Castlevania did it. Castlevania became famous for it in the video game world. And now this song is obviously a homage to Castlevania, so they are doing as well. This is very Baroque, very almost cartoonishly Baroque. Eva says, I need Davi checklist. And there should be Baroque music being mentioned. I mean, what can I do? If it's Baroque, it's Baroque. Hear the chromatic movement. Very interesting. Davi bingo. Dude, it's kind of weird that my Davi shortcut is not working. Oh, wait. Five deaths already. I died 5 times listening to a soundtrack. Enzo says, Davi, you can skip looping ones. I feel like some of them loop more than others. Like this one has been looping for like 5 minutes. So let's go. The next one is Debussy, Claire of Lune. So is this straight up just Claire de Lune? Oh, it's just okay. Stuff and Things says, Davi, let's hear your analysis on Claire de Lune. I wonder who played this, who recorded this, because this sounds pretty good. This is the lower level. There's a part in this that I love. Na, 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 na. There's some very, very nice, positive, kind of triumphant chords in this part. So cool. I love this part. Oh, chromatic movement. Hold up. Tabia says, bye guys, gotta go. Bye bye, Tabia. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a very good piece. No wonder, I think this is his most popular one, right? Daskar says, I love how you're going over Claire de Lune fully. Yeah, it's the soundtrack of the game. Where does this play though in the game? Oh, some people said is the lore, right? That's interesting. It's really cool when games use classical music. Classic says, are you just listening to the whole OST or just Act 1? I'm gonna listen to Act 1 and Act 2. Act 3, it seems weird. It's not fully out yet, so I'm gonna wait on that. Just Act 1 and Act 2 today. It's a build up to a boss. Plays before a big boss fight. It reminds me of when Mega Man Legends used Bach in the final boss. Jagger says, this is significant lore. You might say substantial lore. It's very quiet. This one is very quiet compared to the rest of the soundtrack. Okay, so I'm guessing now is the boss. So now he went back. He went back to one of the first keys of the soundtrack. Oh, this is a classic. Dude, like literally yesterday I composed for a game a song with this little lick. That's such a classic for guitar songs because it's so easy to turn a power chord, a common guitar shape like this. It's so easy to turn it into this and then this. There's so many guitar songs with this kind of pattern. Voicing says, this one reminds me of Hades. Hades has a lot of guitar stuff, right? Lonely Toaster says, hey, how's it going? Hey, Lonely Toaster. Yashma says, amazing pattern. I think it's looping. Raid of Storm says, the bass riff gets stuck in my head for weeks. Noemi says, I'm having a frustrating day at work, and this music is really helping me power through it. Yeah, that's probably good workout music, this soundtrack. Antagonistic says, how's it going, Davi? Hey, Antagonistic, I'm doing pretty well. Like I said before, I don't have a lot of work to do today, so after the stream is over, I'll probably check on some clients, see if I have anything to do today. If I don't, I'm gonna play some Monster Hunter World to prepare for tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream on Monster Hunter World on the gameplay channel. Interesting. So now I guess it's Cold Winds. Game Cavalier says, leitmotifs of this song are going to show up again later, by the way. Interesting. Good to know. So it's interesting, you guys. If you've seen any of my Toho videos, you know about the Toho sequence, right? Which is this. Here he's using the Toho sequence, but he's modifying it. He's doing this. It sounds a bit more dark and negative. Sleeper says Hakita is a Toho fan. Well, I call it the Toho sequence, but it's not from Toho. Like, Toho didn't invent it. It's a very common sequence. I just call it the Toho sequence because Zune literally spams it. Like, I think every single Toho song has it multiple times. Like, every single song. Yeah, but just because someone uses the Toho sequence, it doesn't mean that they like Toho or that they even know Toho. It's a common sequence. Enzo says, hey Davi, what do you feel from this song? It's definitely tense. It's disturbing. It's a very peculiar sequence. This little modification that he did to the Toho sequence. The Toho sequence usually sounds heroic and exciting and adventurous. This little modification that he did, I don't know, man. It sounds less positive than the classic Toho sequence. Sounds more negative, sounds a bit unsettling, but this is also a happy chord. So there's a sense of greatness to it, of wonder, of grandeur. Yeah, it's menacing. It sounds dangerous. Yes, it sounds dangerous. It's like, it's adventure, but it's dangerous and unsettling. Game Cavalier says, the levels of this layer were once a thriving populace, but no more. Oh wow, the tempo changed. Is this another track? Oh, this is another track. This is Requiem. Requiem. That's interesting. Bob says this is the best song in Act 1. Wow. This is a 5-beat measure. That's interesting. So it keeps changing. It's not 5 beats all the way. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now it's a duple meter, right? 4 or 8. That's a normal measure. But he switched to 5 there for a moment, which is very uncommon. It's a very unsettling rhythm. Rate of Storm says, keep this part in mind for later. I might not recognize leitmotifs today because sometimes it's difficult to recognize leitmotifs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very, very unsettling and uncommon rhythm. Very difficult to tap your feet to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. It sounds kind of unpredictable because we're conditioned to expect duple meter or triple meter. Oh wow. Wait. Hold up. Yeah, so this time he straight up did the Toho sequence. It's the normal sequence that we used to see with these chords. It sounds a lot more adventurous than the other one that he was using, remember? Look how adventurous it sounds. Cool. Yeah, this one sounds... there's a more straightforward feeling of adventure and heroism and positivity with this sequence. Interesting. Panic Betrayer. Super fast. Yeah, Sir Puxalot says, these synths are so goofy. Buzz says, gotta go. Good rest of the stream. Bye bye, Buzz. And he went back. He went back to the E minor key. Seems to be a recurring key. And this is triple meter, by the way. Well, yeah, the synths in this almost remind me of Splatoon music. The synths in Splatoon are also super goofy and crazy. Signa says, what does triple meter mean? It means that the rhythm of the song is counted on a... Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, he broke the rhythm right as I was counting. It means that the rhythm is counted on a 3-beat pattern or a multiple of 3. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like a waltz. It's like a waltz. In this case here, he's counting on 6, which is still triple meter because it's a multiple of 3. But it's not straight 6 that he's doing. Sometimes he does 6 and then he breaks it. He does 4. Yeah, he changes. Yeah, Signa says like 3 by 4 time. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Oh, this is not 6 actually. This is not the part. It's not the part I was thinking of. Yeah, Enzo says, bro is struggling to count with all the breaks. He breaks the pattern all the time. So now it's 5. He was doing 5 for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is chaos. Switching beat measures and using odd time signatures like 5 or 7 is a great way to make a track sound chaotic. So now it's in the presence of the king. Another pre-boss song. Bob says it's a very atmospheric song. Lead up before the boss. Very quiet. Antagonistic says, can you do an individual video on Tenebre Rosso Sangue? I would love to see that. Is that from this game? From Ultrakill? Signa says, back in my piano days, I never understood the point of measures. I can't hear them even today. Yeah, they're useful. It's literally organizing the music in little blocks, chunks. And the chunks, the little blocks of music, are dictated by the patterns of the rhythm. If it's like a 4 or a 3 or a 5. Okay, so Tenebre Rosso Sangue is from this game. Cool. Very noisy. Even though it's noisy, there's music to it. The king appears. Bari says, you're not really supposed to hear measures. It's just for the sake of the person reading the music. It's not just that. It helps you understand the music better in general. So, any kind of person that needs to break down the song and understand the song better benefits from it. So, it's useful to be able to hear measures if you're a dancer. If you want to dance to the song, super important to know the measures and to be able to count the beats. It's obviously required for composing, but also, like you said, for reading and just for understanding, for breaking down the music better. But yeah, if you're just listening and you don't really want or need to break down the music and to understand it better, then yeah, who cares? For playing music as well, super important for playing music. Even if you're not reading. So now it's guts. Eva says, it is important to count. Enzo says, hey Davi, this layer is gluttony. It's so interesting that there's songs like this just opposed to the really loud guitar centric ones. Happy chord for a second there. Okay, he's building up. Enzo says it plays in a disturbing area. Yeah, it sounds disturbing. It's... It's weird. It's even difficult to tell in what key this is. So it feels it feels disturbing, unsettling in a kind of disorienting way. Like, I don't know what to make of this. Like, harmonically speaking. Very dissonant. Is that glory? Oh wow. The harmony in this is very rich, and this one sounds more adventurous. Interesting. And he's still playing around with the Toho sequence. But he's still like modifying it a little bit. Interesting. Not Zabola says, guys, I'm smelling a little bit of Requiems. This track starts playing in a sprawling Esker-like staircase room. Staircase. Maybe that's why the harmony is descending so much. It keeps going down, the harmony keeps going down and down and down. So now it's Bach. Wait, do I know this one? Bach has so many pieces. I love Bach, but I don't know if I know this one. Yeah, I remember this one. Man, Bach is so good. That's such a smart way to make your game soundtrack sound badass. Just put the best composers in the world in there. Organ, yes. By the righteous hand of the Father, I shall rend you apart. This plays as the boss monologues. Yeah, that's perfect. And it's exactly the same. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. It's exactly the same in Mega Man Legends. They do the same thing. The boss monologues, and they play Bach in Mega Man Legends. Divine Intervention. It's interesting that there were a lot of real recorded guitars at the beginning of the soundtrack, but this one seems MIDI. Oh, the drums are gonna go crazy. I can feel it. I feel like the drums are gonna go fast at some point on this track. It's the perfect tempo for it. Or maybe not. That's very cool. Hold up. Very heroic. This is obviously, I think, a turning point, like an important moment in the story. Look how heroic, how fateful this sounds. It sounds important. There's two happy chords there that give this a sense of heroism and adventure. Yeah, and the choirs as well. There's some divinity, there's some glory to this. You are fighting a kind of hero in some sense. Interesting. Yeah, but the drums didn't go faster. I thought they would. Bob says, I'm leaving for a bit. I'll be back in time for the cyber grind. Bye bye, Bob. This reminds me a little bit of Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. They had some emotional cutscene tracks like this. Froggy says, can't wait for Cyber Grind. Where is that? Is that Act 2? Let me see. Oh, in Act 2 there's Beethoven's 7th Symphony. I love this. Second movement. What's the second movement? Oh, it's coming up. Oh, it's here. Cyber Grind is here. Man, now I'm curious about the Beethoven piece. It's been a while since I've heard the 7th. Yeah, this sounds hilarious. Robert says, this is me when I'm perusing goods. This is a sample track. Shop track. Okay. This is great. So you guys are saying this is a sample track, right? So this is not composed by them. It's interesting that there's no credits though, as to the original song. In the middle of the chaos, there are terminals that help you and play this song in the background. Yeah, this totally sounds like some kind of pause to the chaos. The credits are in the game, okay. The vocal part is cut out for presumably lore reasons. So there's vocals to the song, but they removed it. That's interesting. The song is named Are You Fooling? Mega Nick. Oh, the Cyber Grind. This is the one you guys were talking about. Oh, I'm scared. It's so interesting, man. How they managed to make the song so exciting with so few chords. The song is basically one chord. There are some some transitions with different chords. This sounds so hype. Amazing! The guitars are back. Oh wow. Wow. These guitars sound super heavy. They are drop tuned to C, which is super low. The guitars have, of course, a standard tuning, which is usually this. Like the lowest string on the guitar, if you play the open string, the lowest string, it usually sounds like this. I think actually this keyboard. Yeah, it usually sounds like this. He drop tuned the guitar strings on his guitar to sound like this, even lower. So it sounds super low, super heavy. That's why it sounds so crazy low and heavy, like it sounds here. The double bass on the drums. The guitars are super tight, man. Rhythmically. Okay. Man, there's never a moment of rest in the song. It keeps changing all the time. When you start getting used to it, it changes. Okay, now I think it's looping. Damn right, there ain't no rest. Oh, it's not a loop. I was still expecting some speed metal drums. I thought he was setting up just the right opportunity for it, but I think he's not gonna do it. Or is he? Yeah, this is Doom. Okay. The Fire is Gone is the first track, right? This is very quiet. Whoa, so that was Act 1. Pancaked. Tremblet says, extremely late to the stream. We're about to go into Act 2. So you can still catch all of Act 2. Bob says, I'm back and I missed the cyber grind. I guess I'll just catch the VOD. Yeah, just go back on the stream a little bit. Because we'll just be chilling for the next like 3 minutes listening to this. You can catch up with cyber grind. Tuyoff says, go listen to the Spinal Staircase. Damaton says, now Spinal Staircase Chaos Order. As most are saying, you should hear Chaos and Order since are tracks that are technically part of Act 1 but came later. Spinal Staircase. Okay, let's go for this then. Enzo says, Davi, pause the other video. The other video is paused. It's done, actually. This song is just crazy. It sounds like noise. Okay, cool music, bro. Fantastic. Is the next one actual music? The other one is chaos, right? Chaos. Okay, this is music. Ready your tempo reading. Dude, as soon as this started, I gave up. Tempo, what's that? At least the key is pretty evident. Interesting. And they seem to use a few keys more than others. They really like C. I'm pretty sure Hakita confirmed that one part of the song switches tempo 6 times in 7 seconds. Daskar says, tempo is dead and this song killed it. Sleeper says, you mean Ultrakill it. Okay. The next one is Order. See, the two keys that they use the most are E and C. The other one was C, this one is E. Okay. Tempo so far is pretty manageable. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I think it was Signa. Signa was asking what was triple meter before. This is a pretty good example. You can count the measures in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And speaking, I was saying before that I on the other song that had a guitar riff like this, right? I was saying that I just yesterday I was composing a song exactly like this, and now with this kind of the song I was composing yesterday was also just like this harmonically. This chord here, the second one, this one, very good tense chord for unsettling, disturbing songs, like dark songs. Tremblet says, this is the only song I know how to play on piano. That's impressive, bro. Is there an actual melody in this that you can play? Oh yeah, there's a melody. Yeah, another melody. Cool harmony. Oh, he changed key? Cool. This song is very rich harmonically, at least that one part. Now it's looped. Yeah, I guess. Shall we move on to Act 2? Now it's looping, and it's a 7-minute track. So yeah, let's move on. Man, I'm really curious about the Beethoven one. The second movement, because I remember loving the seventh symphony. I don't remember what the second movement is though. I think it's the one with the melody. Let me see. I'm curious about this one. Let me see. Oh no, I know what this is. It's not the one I was thinking of. Yeah, this one is so good, man. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I was just curious to know which one it was. This is actually not my favorite movement of this symphony, but it's a very good one. This one is a very classic movement as well. But anyway, let's go from the beginning. Insert disc 2. Is that someone changing discs on a PS? On a PS1 or a CD player of some discrepancy? Yeah, PS1. It has a lid. But it could be like a CD player. Dune Eternal. Dune Eternal. Okay. Abramo is here. Hey, Abramo. Dune Eternal, and the next track is called Sands of Tide. And again with the E key. That's a good thing, you know, too. To keep your game on just a few select keys. Yashma says, funny how Hakita didn't want Ultrakill to become Doom, but he did anyways. Is this a shooter? Is this like a Doom shooter? Enzo says, all the songs now are bangers. Oh, it's a shooter. It's a retro FPS. It's a shooter with a lot of unique aspects. Doom, but more Quake. It's got Quake graphics. Oh, so it's got the early 90s 3D. It's looping now. Typhlo says, and much more styling. Alternate name for the game is literally Devil May Quake. But Batty says, you should see what the game looks like. Let's see. Ultrakill. Oh yeah. That's a retro shooter. But here, it's got the old 3D. Cool. I had no idea this was a shooter. I guess it makes sense. They got those confetti blood graphics. Absolutely. Blood cells are squares. Good times in the 90s. Where blood was a bunch of squares. So now it's Sands of Tide. I noticed some Middle Eastern, maybe I'm imagining things, but on the previous track, I feel like there was some Middle Eastern stuff in there. Oh, this layer is in a desert. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, because the previous track was called Dune, this one is called Sands, and I could swear I could hear some Arabic influence there. The Sands of Tide motive is a lot less in your face than the Requiem motive. This layer is very Egyptian themed. And again, E. Oh, and there's more Ba here down the line. Interesting. Yeah, there's a little bit of melody in this one. There's not a lot of melody in this soundtrack. do, do, do. Cool. Sleeper says, okay, I gotta go. It's 1:30 a.m. and I have classes tomorrow. I will unfortunately miss War, but oh well, bye. Bye-bye, Sleeper. Yeah, that's what I thought. David says, Sleeper about to go sleep. That's appropriate. Notsabola says, I just heard a riff or whatever it's called from War. I wouldn't know. I've never heard. What is War? Is it an upcoming track? I've never heard the soundtrack, so I don't know. War is for Act 2. What order was from Act 1? Okay. So it's a bonus track. Okay, so now it's Dancer. Typhlo says Rave Pyramid. That sounds fun. MI Clips says hi Davi. Hi MI Clips. Literally a dark level. Harpsichord. MI Clip says I personally don't play Ultrakill much, so I don't know what the OST is like. What are your thoughts so far? It sounds very different, very unique. I know I get why people like this. It sounds different. Like it's paying homage to Doom and Quake and these kinds of games, but it's clearly very different from it. There's clearly thought put into it. It sounds very unique. Organ. Yeah, it's paying homage to all sorts of games, to Castlevania, but it sounds so different, man. It sounds like its own thing. 5x4. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Now it's Duel. Game Cavalier says Pizza Tower OST is also great. I've heard. I think I've heard like one track of it. Maybe we could do one of these streams for Pizza Tower, where we listen to the whole thing. Bob says you should recognize this song from earlier. Don't count on it. It's difficult to recognize leitmotifs. Oh yeah, I think I recognize this riff. I think I recognize the riff. I was gonna say it's difficult to recognize leitmotifs when you just listen to the soundtrack once like this. Yeah, but I think I recognize this. Delprov says, a lot of the epicness and emotion is lost without the context of the game, but it's still absolutely incredible on its own. I feel like that is an essential ingredient for an amazing, timeless soundtrack. An amazing game as well. I noticed that as well. For a soundtrack to be considered great, it's almost required that the game be great as well. That the game is great as well. It's very difficult to hear about excellent, very, very good soundtracks for bad games. Because even if the music is good, it ends up not sticking with you because the game is bad. And the context is not there. Reality says Deep Blue is next. I love Deep Blue. Yeah, Game Cavalier says this is Duel. It contains leitmotifs of verses. And this composer, he loves this chord that I mentioned earlier, like this one. So he is often here in E minor, right? And he does this. So right about now he was doing this. This chord right here, it doesn't belong in the key, so it sounds surprising. It's also when you include the full 4 notes, including the 7th. It's a tense chord. So it's a surprising tense chord. It sounds very good to make the song darker, more tense, more unsettling. I think he's gonna do it again. The guy who made the music also made the game. Check this out. Yeah. This chord that I was talking about is called the substitute dominant. But anyway, the guy who made the music also made the game. I find that people that compose the music for their own games usually make excellent soundtracks because they have the full context in their minds. And sometimes as a composer, you don't have the full context of the game. Some developers are bad at communicating. They don't tell you important things about the game. But when you compose the music for your own game, you already know all that. Classic says, Davi's game when? Dude, that would be cool to make a game someday and make music for it. That would be cool. Yes, exactly. Jav says they also have the full passion. Yes, that's true. They are fully passionate about their game. You can get the full passion by hiring a composer as well. Like I'm passionate for the games I compose for. But it's undeniable that if you are making the game and you created it, like you have more context, you have more of a history with those ideas. Yeah, Toby Fox is a great example. Eric Barone from Stardew Valley. Yeah, when the composer is also the main dev, the game and the soundtrack are either both good or both bad. So now it's Deep Blue. Signa says, would we need to be a pro gamer to play Davi's game? I don't know what kind of game I would make. I've thought about making a music game. But I don't know, I feel like that is far, if it ever happens, it's far into the future. See, again, it's either C or E. Yeah. He was playing around again with the Toho sequence there in the quiet intro. He was doing the Toho sequence, but he was modifying it again. Davi recognized this melody leitmotif. You mean the one from the intro? Yeah, I recognize the fact that it's a modified Toho sequence. That is the sequence that I mentioned before. It's a sequence that he uses a lot. I noticed it. Sometimes he does the full-on Toho sequence. Which is this. Sometimes he modifies it like he's doing here. Right? That's what I recognized. Yes, Enzo says yes. So I can tell you which song this is from, but I recognize the... Cool, that's a sax. Yeah, I recognize the harmonic patterns. He likes this sequence a lot. Robert says, by the way, the album art should have changed now. Yeah, you guys can see it, but I'm seeing it. Yeah, it's blue. It's not deep blue though, it's like a clear blue. So that's, I would say the title of the track is misleading. So the soundtrack is 0 out of 10 because of that. Sorry. Each song will have its own album art. This one is very fast. Rhythmically, like the percussion is crazy. But the harmony on top, the notes on top are not that tense or unsettling. Again, variation of the Toho sequence. Very cool, man. Very cool. He really likes the Toho sequence. And he keeps changing it. Again. Very cool. This song is cool, man. I like this one. I like how chill the notes on top are in contrast to the rhythm, which is very frantic. So now it's he is the light in my darkness. Who? Jesus? Are they talking about Jeebus? Oh, Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel. So this is a different key, by the way. I wonder what that means. Maybe they want to make this moment feel special, because this is not the usual C or E key. This is very cool. A very, very classic, obvious example of chromatic movement. I talk about that sometimes in the videos. He's kind of breaking the rules of harmony here to use notes that don't belong in the key to create this very cool chromatic movement to adjacent notes, and he's descending, so it creates this falling kind of effect. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. Javis says, Hakita himself said that Gabriel is the main character. Death Odyssey. Man, I love the meaty PS1 ass violin. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm finding the Act 2 songs more straightforward and less crazy. Like the time signatures are more intelligible. Patty says Act 3 songs are even better. Is this still in the desert? No. This layer is water themed. Now we are inside a ship. This is the water level. Bob says, this game managed to make water levels fun. Man, this... Now I want to know what violin sample this is, because this sounds exactly like a Wind Waker violin sample. I wonder where this is from. Like if there's... Maybe they're using the same sample library or something. This sounds exactly like the Wind Waker violin. There's an accordion? Yeah, that's what I thought. Typhlo says they are Heartbreak. It sounds pirate themed. All of a sudden. Agent DD says, does this track give a marine-esque vibe or not? Now it does. Like now I wouldn't say so. Maybe the violin was a little clue of the piratiness. When the accordion came in, then sure. Enzo says, hey Davi, did you decide to pick this OST based on your last community post? Yes. I looked through and it seemed like Ultrakill was the one being suggested the most and liked the most. It's a really fancy ship. Bob says, I'm gonna head out now. I'll catch the VOD later. Enjoy the rest of the soundtrack. Thanks, Bob. Thank you for hanging out with us. Bye-bye. Enzo says, nice, because I was suggesting it with like only 3 other people. No, there was a bunch of people suggesting Ultrakill. It was not just you and 3 people. So now it's Death Odyssey Aftermath. Again, the Wind Waker piano. Dude, I wonder, now that I think about it, this is like pirate or whatever, marine themed. Did he do it on purpose? He purposely chose the Wind Waker violin because Wind Waker is about pirates and sailing and stuff? Oh, absolutely. Robert says most likely. There's a lot of dynamics, like volume dynamics in the soundtrack as well. Some tracks are super quiet and others are very loud. Your ship is capsized. What is capsized? I don't know what that means. Enzo says, Davi, please check out Rain World. Oh, flipped over. Okay. Okay, so we're in 5 again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Capsizing is a stage in the sinking of a ship. Flipped over. Oh yeah, Robert says the art for Death Odyssey shows the character we play as. I've seen the character because I made the thumbnail right before the stream, so I saw the robot guy character. The Abyss and the Serpent. Big Snake. This is a boss theme? It's interesting, man. Act 2 sounds so different. Act 1 was a lot crazier. This sounds more retro inspired. Like this sounds like retro video game music. And again, he's still using the substitute dominant that I talked about. This note here. Javis says, Act 1 sets up expectations, Act 2 and onwards subverts them. Game Cavalier says, Act 3 just sounds very depressing. The beat is kicking in. Lenny says, gotta go eat. Hopefully I can catch the boss of Act 2. Bye bye, Lenny. Hopefully you can catch it. Yeah, so he uses a lot of the same chords throughout the soundtrack, which is, it's not a bad thing. The soundtrack becomes cohesive and coherent throughout. So far, the two things that I see him using the most is the substitute dominant chord that I mentioned is the surprise 10th chord. Like this. He does this a lot. He starts here, and does this. And other than that, also the Toho sequence that I mentioned. He does this, then goes here. But he likes to modify the Toho sequence a lot. So now it's Chord of the Crooked Saints. Draco says, "Hey Davi, I just got here. What's your favorite track so far?" Let me see. I liked Deep Blue, but man, it's tough because I don't remember all the tracks. Let me see. Some of the quiet tracks were quite nice harmonically. Game Cavalier says, "Not really music." At least there's a key. Sounds like my frozen burrito is almost done. Yep, it's microwave music. It's a new genre. It's all the rage with the kids. Karen says, "Claire de Lune was my favorite." Yeah, I'm not counting the classical music ones. Otherwise, like, my favorite would probably be Bach or Beethoven. I like Beethoven a lot too. Kids love the microwave. Yeah, it's all the rage. Navi says, "I'm vibing with this to TBH." So the next one is Altars of Apostasy, including Hall of Sacrilegious Remains. Wow, what a deal. I get a Hall of Sacrilegious Remains with my Altars of Apostasy? Again, E minor. The harmonies in this get really good sometimes. And again, the surprise 10th chord. Whoa. That's like a death metal blast beat. Yeah, not as calm as before. Wow. Hold up. That's so interesting. That's such a positive little chromatic descent. Interesting. Sounds very positive. Sounds glorious. Sounds religious. Glory leitmotif. Yes, it sounds glorious. Oh, that's a leitmotif. Interesting. Javis says this game has a fair share of subtle leitmotifs. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of patterns in the music. That's good. The music feels consistent. Linterna says it is said that this is the theme of the Robot Man. Oh, he's called V1. V1. Again, the glory leitmotif. Man. Cool. I love that. I feel like we've heard this chromatic descent. Remember this thing? We've heard this before in this soundtrack, but this is the first time that it sounds this positive and this glorious, this majestic. Cool. Now it's halls of sacrilegious remains. Yeah, see? The descent again. That's a long descent. And he keeps descending. Castlevania leitmotif. Interesting. That's such a long descent. Castlevania 2 Halls of Sacrilegious Remains. Oh yeah, I can hear the harpsichord and the Baroque patterns. That's true. So the next one is Bach. I'm curious. Cool. It says it's an adaptation of Bach, so it's not just a straight up Bach piece. I wonder what's different. Linterna says Gabriel is waiting for you and he's very angry. Lenny says, check this sick organ solo. Yeah, that's Bach 101. Oh, so that's the adaptation. This sounds very cool. Those drums you mentioned in Divine Intervention. Yeah, but that's not exactly what I thought he was going to do. Yeah, it's the same kind of drums that he used then, but I thought he was gonna go faster. I thought he was going for a speed metal kind of beat. This harmony that he just did with the choirs reminds me, you know what? It reminds me of Ornstein and Smough from Dark Souls. There's some chord sequences just like that in Ornstein and Smough. It sounds regal and like glorious, powerful. Very interesting comparison. Yeah. The rising chords. Yeah, and I'm not saying it has anything to do with Ornstein and Smough at all. It just sounds similar. And again with the Wind Waker violin. Oh, interesting. They're both from regal, God-connected bosses. Exomancer says, Hakita made this song in the hours before Act 2 went live. The blast beats again, death metal blast beats. Lenny says, gotta go for good now. Bye bye, Lenny. Thank you for hanging out with us. Essentially False says, the version he made originally was worse than this, wasn't it? I don't know. I mean, if he made it in hours, I would expect so. Oh wait, is this the death of God's will? Oh yeah, this is... Yeah, we were listening to the death of God's will. Yeah, that was the death of God's will. Now this is probably Horns of Insurrection. And now it's Silence and Introspection. I'm looking forward to this one. Yes, I thought so. It's one of these. These ones sound like JRPG music. I love these. So this has to be some kind of conclusive story moments, right? After you beat a boss. Some final substantial lore. He questions his faith. Displays during lore. Cool. Yeah, listen to this real quick. What's it called? I have it right there on my shelf.
Quer sentir na pele o poder.
Nope, that's an ad. It sounds so much like JRPG music. Check this out. Right? It reminded me a lot of this. This is Yoko Shimomura. But anyway. Now it's Beethoven. I just remembered something. Hold up. Let me see if they played this thing right. I have the 7th here. Where's the 7th? Davi Judge mode. Man, Symphony 7 is in page 169. Nice. Nice one, Beethoven. Here's 7. Let me see. Yeah, that's about right. The original song is with a full orchestra. This part is with strings. Sounds very good. Damn, Beethoven. Do 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 do. Bro went through all the trouble to not even care. Okay, so that's the end. So are there like extra tracks for Act 1? For Act 2, I mean? Are there extra tracks for Act 2? Tenebre Rosso Sangue. P2. So Ultrakill P2. P2 OST. Ultra Church. So there's a video here that's 20 minutes long. Is that it? It's 20 minutes long? So should we listen to all of this? 20 minutes? Classic says it's 3 minutes, but there's a video here that is 20 minutes. Yeah, so people are saying yes. Okay. Tenebre Rosso Sangue is included. Weezer jump scare. What is that? It's just a video creator memeing. Oh, this is Ultra Church. It's like a regular church, but like ultra. Church of Ultrakill. This once again sounds like Castlevania music. This sounds Castlevania as well. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. It's the Cyber Grind song for P2. Man, this sounds really good. I like this. Jesus Christ, the guitars are so low. Are so down-tuned. Wow, the guitars are tuned so low that they are unintelligible. I cannot tell what the bass is doing. It still sounds cool though. It's not part of the level, but related to the guest composer. This in Tenebre Rosso was made by Key Gen Church. What is Key Gen Church? Is that a band? Man, happy chord there. He's a guest composer. Javis says Key Gen Church is an artist name for an artist name. Robert says it's a music project made by Master Boot Record. So there's a guy that calls himself Master Boot Record. And he made a project for himself and named it Key Gen Church. Got it. Again, this sounds Baroque. This feels like it's very inspired again by Castlevania. You've heard this one before. Yeah, I recognize the... Oh, this is already Tenebre Rosso. Man, I love the organ. Disturbing core. This plays in the hardest gauntlet in the game. Man, and this is a... Wow, this is a super long track. Crazy. G-Copy says, hi Davi, hi chat. Hey G-Copy. Cool. That was cool. So the guy, let me see if I understand this. The guy composed the soundtrack for his own game. Then the game probably did very well, and then he probably hired this guy to make the music for the extra content in Act 2. Eva says, to be honest, such metal music isn't my cup of tea, but listening to it together on stream is fun. I like metal. And I really like the organ in this. He has a few guests. A couple songs are made by guests. Classic says, so you like metal? Can I interest you in some Sabaton? Dude, I've seen them live, okay? I've seen Sabaton live. And I don't even like Sabaton that much, but yeah, I saw them live. Wilson says, Davi's interests include metal and sniffing ants. Yes. And also bug vandalism. Sniffing ants is pretty metal. This is the out of combat version. And I'm guessing it switches back and forth between versions dynamically during the game, right? Yeah, it does. That must be very cool, man. To play the game and hear the game switching from tracks back and forth, depending on what you're doing. Tuyof says, every single song in the game you have heard that is a level gameplay song has a calm version too. Disturbing chord. Kaya says, Ultrakill is very difficult to be fair. Cygnus says, do you play FPS games, Davi? No, I don't like shooters, so the chances of me playing this is very low. I used to play more shooters back in the day. I've played the old school ones, you know, Doom, although Doom used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. Quake, what's the other one? The other classic one, Wolfenstein. Yeah, I used to play more when I was a kid and a teenager. Remember Medal of Honor on the PS1? I think it was on PS1 or PS2 or both. Unreal Tournament? Yes. Doom scared all of us. Oh no. I mean, the song is called Oh No. Is this Pandemonium? You guys can't see, but there's a tiny little sliver of a song here that is the most replayed song in this video. Now I'm curious. Pandemonium! So we're back to the E minor key. Wow. The time signature is crazy on that part. This is basically Chaos 2. Okay, yeah, this is a recurring, this thing here. This is a recurring leitmotif. I don't know what it means, but I recognize it. Enzo says, I gotta go. Bye-bye, Enzo. Thank you for hanging out with us. He says, check out Undertale Yellow. Chat can tell you more about it, I hope. the songs in this game are mostly, even though they are super action-packed, in a way they sound very atmospheric because they don't have a lot of melody. They don't have a lot of themes. CS says Undertale Yellow is a really good fan project. I've been hearing about Undertale Yellow, so I thought it was an official thing. It's a fan project then. Yeah, I recognize this. It's an insanely high-effort fan project. Javi says some of the tracks have a lot of melody. I think a few of them do. A few of them have a lot of melody.
This present to hold.
Okay, this is the most...
Indeed, I have slept long enough. The kingdom of heaven has long since forgotten my name, and I am eager to make them remember. However, the blood of Minos stains your hands, and I must admit, I'm curious about your skills, weapon, and so, before I tear down the cities and crush the armies of heaven, you shall do as an appetizer. Come forth, child of man, and die.
Whoa! This little dialogue is the most replayed part of the video. Eva says, I wonder if this voice actor was in Disco Elysium as well. This is Sisyphus. Oh, this is War. Oh wow, Toyof says, not sure if that was ironic, but the voice actor is Len Val Brown, which is indeed the same actor. Cool. Wait, what? So now... Interesting. Now, for the first time ever in the soundtrack, he's doing the full Toho sequence, but on the way up, he's doing... Which sounds super positive and super heroic. It sounds like there's hope, like there's heroism and adventure, and it's the first time that he's doing it. He has been using the Toho sequence, but he... On the rare occasion that he did the Toho sequence unaltered, he did it on the way down like this. Which doesn't sound as positive and heroic. This time is the first time that he's doing it like this. Sounds glorious, right? Interesting. Finally Toho sequence, yes. Eva says, on the topic of Disco Elysium, Davi, have you heard about it? I have heard about it. I have heard the name, but I don't know anything else about it. I've never even seen it. I don't know what it looks like. Oh wow, now it switched to a 3-beat measure. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Wow. There's a little glimmer of positivity in this. It's a leitmotif from Sands of Tide. Interesting. Dimitri says it's a detective RPG about a cop on a drinking binge. Eva says, I highly recommend Disco Elysium, one of the top games ever, though maybe not suitable for streaming. Will the Toho sequence come back though? I want it back. I love when I do videos on Toho, I'm always making fun and complaining that Zune uses the Toho sequence all the time and he uses it too much. And now I'm asking for the guy to use it again. Do it again, do it again. Oh, he's back on the Toho sequence key at least. Is he gonna do it? And this is still War, right? This is a huge ass song. No, this is the 3-beat measure part. The song plays during a big secret boss fight. It's about to end though. And then the next one is Sisyphus' death.
So concludes the life and times of King Sisyphus. A fitting end to an existence defined by futile struggle. Doomed from the very start. And I don't regret a second of it.
Okay. There are 10 seconds left of the video. Is it just 10 seconds of silence?
A plushie to hold me.
Okay. And that's all of Act 1 and Act 2. I will not listen to Act 3 today, because as far as I understand, Act 3 is not done. Yeah, Lintern says Act 3. I'm gonna leave Act 3 for a future stream. Okay, guys? And I also have to go because I have to cook sausages for dinner. I have to cook. Can you believe it? So guys, I'm about to go cook sausages. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today on this stream. Signa says, Davi, would you like some sausage? No, thank you. I have my own sausage. I don't accept sausages from strangers. Diamond says, thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's time for you to say goodbye to me in the chat so I can say bye right back to you. And remember, tomorrow we have a Monster Hunter stream on the gameplay channel. Did you even know I have a gameplay channel? A lot of people don't know. So here's the link. You can go there, subscribe there so you don't miss the Monster Hunter stream tomorrow. So, bye-bye. CS, Brilliant, Game Cavalier, Tommy, Classic, Eva, Charming Charlian, Swing, Wilson, Diamond, Kea, Linterna, Signa, Oisin, Javis, Razgis, Not Zabola, Rento, Robert, Tuyov, Dmitry, Mr. Frog. Bye bye, guys. Thank you very much for showing up, and I will see you tomorrow on the gameplay channel for the Monster Hunter stream. Be there. Bye bye. Thank you.